Venom Fang X.
Venom Fang X. Venom Fang X.
Hello YouTube, Sean here. See if you can follow my line of reasoning here for a moment. If 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 10, well, that's what we call logic. And logic didn't just create itself, that would be insanity. So obviously, logic had to have a creator, and we call that creator God. A cause has to have a causer. So it would logically follow that a source would have to have a sorcerer.
What? What you looking at? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Step off. Do something.
Do it over? Should I do it over?
You evolutionists are something else. You know, when Noah's flood occurred, there was a tremendous pressure built up beneath Earth's crust that caused water to shoot from the Earth, reach escape velocity, exit the Earth's atmosphere, and strike the moon. And we have evidence of this. Do you think that there was a space race? Ridiculous. As if NASA is NASCAR. Absolutely preposterous. No, they stopped going to the moon because they found evidence of Noah's flood, which is what they were looking for in the first place, sporty. Yeah. They found fossils of sperm whales on the moon. The Earth ejaculated, struck the face of the moon, and we found the sperm whales on the moon. But Thunderfoot, evolutionismistology's top clergyman, refuses to debate me on this subject. And why wouldn't he? He's afraid. He's afraid of 3 simple words. Nozzle size. That's right, Thunderfoot. Nozzle size. Sporty. But I'll tell you something. I will debate any evolutionismist anytime, anywhere. As long as it's on Sunday on my Blog Talk Radio between 3 and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you have at least 1,250,000 subs, then I will debate you. But you won't show up. Because evolutionists have failed to evolvulate a backbone. Isn't that right, Don Oxidus? Don exits twice. Balk, balk. Yeah, you thought I forgot. I didn't forget.
You know, I get hundreds of private messages every half hour or so from atheists who tell me that I've helped them to find Christ and that they left the madness of atheism. And you know what's doing it? It's my question. My question that's causing atheists to abandon atheism in droves. Check any of my popular videos here on YouTube and you'll see that we got atheists running scared. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Did you see that? Isn't that a thing of beauty? An American street. I bet the atheists would have us tear that down too. Just click on one of these links to see how I dominated the atheist experience show with my question. You know, not a single atheist, not a single solitary atheist has been able to answer this question, except for the 152,782 comment and video responses atheists have sent me answering the question, but besides them, not a single atheist has answered the question. The question is, prove to me that atheism is
You know, I didn't want to have to make this video, but I just had to answer the radical secular left-wing liberal extremists who are accusing me of plagiarizing the scripts I use in my videos. I do not have to tolerate this kind of extreme slander against my good name, Barack Lawley, because 77 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that only Christians are created equal. I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men, white men, Jews, Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, but not secular left-wing radical extremists, but everyone else who believes in God, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of Bible lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if some atheist gently rapping at my chamber door. I ran far from that door, knowing what was on the other side, and I tried to escape through my window, when I was greeted by a glorious light. What light through yonder window breaks? In the east. And Jesus is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious atheist, who is already sick and pale with grief. What's in a name? That which we call an atheist by any other word would smell as stinky.
Take it to the bank.
Hello everyone, this is Jack. I just wanted to talk to you today about when atheists say they lack a belief in God. You know, what does that really mean? I believe it was D.P.R. Jones who once told me that he lacked a belief in God. You know, people don't really do that. They don't go, when they're outside in the real world, they don't say they lack belief in something. So this is just like an atheist YouTube thing. When they say they lack a belief. You know, are you trying to have a back and forth discussion with me, DPR Jones? Or are you trying to win a discussion with me? Let's be honest, this is all just rhetorical nonsense, isn't it, DPR Jones? But to understand your position, perfectly, I want to understand your position. So I think that first what we need to do is we need to define the word lack. You know, so I did. I looked it up in the dictionary. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, there it is. Lack. The state of being without or not having enough of something. Interesting, but I think we need to delve a little bit deeper. So, I went online and printed out some various definitions of the word lack. And I'd like to go through them with you, DPR, one by one. Lack. Number 1, noun. But maybe, DPR Jones, you didn't mean just plain old lack belief in a God. Maybe you meant lack as in like a prefix for a whole nother word. Maybe you meant lackadaisical, or lackey, or lackluster, or lacquer. Perhaps we need to study the etymology of the word lactate. Maybe to understand DPR Jones, we need to understand lactation. DPR Jones, are you currently lactating?
You know, my mother, my dear old mother, just had her 95th birthday. God bless her heart. And I would just like to say that my videos are about to increase in quality exponentially. Because you see, my setup is currently in the basement of my mother's residence, but I'm about to move it up to the living room. How is this, you might ask? Well, you see, I've been doing some research online and some experimentation. You're not the only one that can conduct experiments, Thunderfoot. And I have discovered that this scimitar will take a 95-year-old woman's head clean off.